let's move on to battle number 5. As you can see, it is between the Philadelphia Infinite Fusions and the Nomad's Gambit. Let's introduce... Oh, I appreciate it. It does help when I have a co-host. Um, but even then, like I'm still doing, like, even with the co-host, I'm still doing majority of the commentating. So, I know that I'm recording YouTube. You don't know what I'm talking about. I was just comparing how the Overwatch League casters are so good at their jobs, and I'm sitting here struggling with slow motion Pokemon. So yeah, that's what we're talking about here. But let's introduce our first team, the Philadelphia Infinite Fusions, led by the SB, playing for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Currently 15th at 1-12, looking to get their first win in a while. We will see if that happens today. Though we OU Pokemon of this team, we have the scary Toxapex at 6-12. And then Hisui, are you sure you like my casting? I am so bad at this. The Hisui and the Decidueye, there we go, is at 4-8. The UU Pokemon, we have the Espeon at 10-9. The Floatzel at 0-4. The RU Pokemon of the Zoroark at 0-1. Typhlosion at 2-5. And the Sigilyph has not shown its face yet, which I'm kind of surprised about, actually. The NU Pokemon, we have the Linoon at 1-2. The Drapion at 2-7. And the Aerodactyl at 2-6. The PU Pokemon of the Murkrow at 2-4. Getting a getting 2 Parasong knockout. No, 1 Parasong knockout. 2? Maybe 2. But anyway, Meowstic is at 0-10, Unpheasant 1-7, and Excelgor at 2-1. A Pokemon that got 2 knockouts against me, of course, being brought for the first time ever. Haha, thanks, Excelgor. Anyway, their opponent for this week is Nomad Gambit, led by Nomad's Ronin, playing for the Ronald McDonald House. Currently 16th at 0-13, but looking to get that first win against this team. We have the OU Pokemon of the Blaziken at 4-7, the King Gambit at 1-4, UU Pokemon of the Lucario at 1-7, and the Chestnut leading the team at 6-7. RU Pokemon of the Alolan Sandslash at 0-6, the Kingdra at 1-6, and the Samurott at 2-6. The NU Pokemon still having no knockouts. Come on, Nomad, get some knockouts for these mons. The Magneton at 0-6, Cacturne at 0-3, as well as the Kingler being at 0-3. With the PU Pokemon of the Midnight Lycanroc at 2-6, Golem at 1-3, Honchkrow at 3-9, and the Frogadier at 0-3. Let's get into the starting lineups of these two teams. We see that the Philadelphia Infinite Fusions have the Drapion, the Unpheasants, the Floatzel. I see an Excelgor. I see him. Excelgor's there. I see him. He's just hidden behind Typhlosion, and the Linoon coming back after a while. From Nomad's Gambit, we have the Golem coming back. We have the Honchkrow, the Magneton, the Samurott, the King Gambit, and the Blaziken. Yeah, I agree. Magneton should be getting some knockouts, but let's see what happens. Let's see if Magneton and... Oh no, it's just Cacturne. Okay, I thought it was Samurott who didn't have any. But anyway, let's get into this battle, and let's go. We see the Excelgor being led by... Okay, this still seems really fast. What the heck? It sounds slow. The Philadelphia Infinite Fusions leading with the Excelgor, and Nomad's Gambit leading with Magneton. The Acid Armor being set up by the Excelgor, though, with the Reflectrum being set up by Nomad's Gambit. Baton Pass being used by Excelgor, bringing the Typhlosion with boosted defense here, with the Magneton setting up the light screen. The switch from the Magneton into Samurott with a Lava Plume. A really good prediction here by Nomad's Gambit, but it does get burned. The Extra Sensory is going to do a little bit of chip damage. Doesn't get the flinch, though, with the Skull doing a lot of damage back to this Typhlosion. The Shadow Ball now hitting it, doing a little bit of chip damage, but not enough. Doesn't get the defense drop either, with the Scald being enough to take down Typhlosion. Drapion comes in with a Toxic Spikes layer being set up, but the knockoff is, of course, a resisted hit here, but it is going to knock off the leftovers of this Drapion. The switch from the Samurott into the Honchkrow with a Break is going to clear the screens of Nomad's Gambit. The Defog... Wait, were there traps? There were traps. Yes, okay. The U-turn then being set up by the Honchkrow, but there is a still layer of traps with a Roar being used by the Drapion, bringing Honchkrow, bringing Golem, another layer of Toxic Spikes being set up by the Drapion. The Earthquake is going to do a lot of damage to Drapion here with another Roar, bringing out the Magneton. Each of these Pokemon being immune to the Toxic Spikes. The Screech being used by the Drapion here. And the Brick Break is going to do some pretty good damage, but not quite knock down the Golem, with the Golem able to take down the Drapion. Those unlucky Roar switches were just unfortunate here. Excelgor is going to come in with a layer, or with Acid Armor being set up, a layer of Stealth Rocks being set up by Nomad's Gambit as well here. Another Acid Armor being used by Excelgor with a Smackdown is able to survive now because of the 3 times defense here. Golem slowly getting chipped down. A Rain Dance being set up by the Excelgor here with another Smackdown not quite taking it down. Golem still surviving though. Baton Pass into the Float Soul here. Going to get hit by the South Rock damage with another Smackdown. Getting the critical hit. Doesn't even matter with that 3 times defense. The Golem does fall though to the Toxic with a Power Up Punch being used by the Float Soul. But the Thunderbolt is going to outspeed the Magneton, getting a knockout here. Let's go, Magneton. Linoon then comes in. The Surf is going to take down Magneton, though, but the Magneton has a knockout to its name now. The Samurott comes in. The Thunderbolt being used by the Linoon to take down the Samurott. Fantastic type coverage from this Linoon, but the Blaziken does come in. The switch from the Linoon into the Unpheasant. The Close Combat, though, is going to take down Unpheasant in just 1 hit. Blaziken in a really good position here with its speed boost now. Will it outspeed the Excelgor? It does not with the Water Shuriken hitting twice. Only hitting twice, though. The Close Combat is going to take down the Excelgor. Just this Linoon left. But will it outspeed, though? I mean, it's 2 times speed with the Blaziken. There's no way. The Close Combat is going to take down the Linoon. And Nomad's Gambit getting their first win of the season. Good game. Congrats, Nomad's Gambit, getting their first win. I'm proud of you. I knew it was coming. I told y'all. I told y'all it was coming. Good games, though. Good game to SB and to Nomad as well. Good games.